What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Educated Barfly. Today we are going to be doing the Dawa Cocktail. This cocktail is a traditional Kenyan cocktail that Marius found out about when he was in Kenya, which was the very last trip that he took before COVID hit. Actually, COVID was unfolding while he was in Kenya.
Yeah.
And I remember having some very frantic conversations with Marius when he got back about what it all means.
Right.
There's one little note on this cocktail. So Marius got advice on 2 different ways of making this drink. And so we're not really sure if the traditional one is in a rocks glass.
Well, we know the traditional one is in a rocks glass.
Okay, well, this is what we know. We know that Carnivore is the restaurant in Kenya that created this cocktail. That's what they say anyway. When Marius was at Carnivore, he got a rocks glass. But the guy at the hotel who made him one shook it and gave it to, and told him that it needed to go in a Collins glass. So we decided that we would do one of each. The Carnivore one is built in the glass, much like a Kaiparosca or like a Caipirinha with vodka. And this one is a little bit more of a mojito prep, I guess, like the way that I would do a mojito. They're both pretty identical recipes, and I'm just gonna get into it. We'll get into the actual history of it later, right?
Yep.
All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this lime up, and we're gonna use 4 pieces. But before we put that in there, we're gonna put 2 bar spoons of Demerara sugar. And then we're gonna put all of our lime pieces facing down. Just like that. And we're gonna kind of muddle this all, trying to keep the peels down if possible. All right, that's pretty good. We're gonna add our vodka now. They use Smirnoff a lot in Kenya, but we decided that we were gonna use this Kenyan vodka that Marius brought back. You can use any kind of vodka you want. So just use whatever you like. Tito's, Smirnoff, whatever. Use whatever you want. We're gonna do 2 ounces of vodka. I think I'm gonna give this a little stirry poo. Anyway, kind of combine it all and get this big old knife out of my way. And then we're gonna get some pebble ice. Add it in. And then what makes this drink a little bit different is that you use a stick called a Dawa stick. This isn't actually a Dawa stick, right? This is like our makeshift Dawa stick because they were out of Dawa sticks when Marius was
We'll
there.
do the whole story later, yeah.
And then we're using Kenyan honey, which has a very savory flavor to it. So if you can find a type of honey, maybe acacia honey or something that's a little bit more savory and a little bit less sweet, it's gonna do you well in this cocktail, although any honey will work.
This is acacia honey.
Yeah, that's what I said. If you can find acacia honey, they're not gonna find Kenyan honey. Well, if you had gotten one of our mystery boxes, you might have had one of these in your mystery box. And then people were probably like, why did they send me Kenyan honey? Well, now you know why. All right, so then what we do is we just stick the stick in here like this.
Get a good
glob of it, and then you stick it into the drink, and then you like
mix it in.
Mix it all in like that. Now, obviously the honey is gonna seize up and not really mix in that much, so we're gonna keep it on the stick like that on a time release. Kind of give us a little bit more presentation here. And we'll give it the old sippy, right?
Yep.
The old sippy poopa. All right, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. Vodka, lime, sugar, you can't really go wrong. And a little bit of honey. I do taste a little savoriness of the honey, even though it's not fully combined in this cocktail and kind of has to melt off or dilute in as you go. But it just has that really nice kind of vibrant lime flavor. The Demerara sugar kind of gives it those nice, kind of dark molasses kind of sugar notes. And then you obviously got your booze from the vodka. It's very pleasant. A little bit grainy because the sugar has not been given the chance to dilute at all. All right, let's make the other way before we lose our ice. I picked up the glass. We're gonna lose this. No, we're gonna lose our ice. That's what we're gonna lose.
So this is the one that I got served at the safari camp. And our bartender there, Francis, who's a Maasai, he made it this way and he shook it.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is from Carnivore, right? This is the Carnivore version. So probably the most likely to be the original. So we're just gonna do 2 bar spoons here again. It's a little wet on my spoon, so kind of stuck to it, but that's all right. We're gonna drop our lime wedges in there. Give it a nice muddle. Not too hard, just express the oil from the peel and crush up the meat as we did last time. Add our vodka in again. This is obviously going to be a whip, shake, and dump into our glass because we're gonna get those pieces in the same that we do it here. So we're gonna add in a little Scotia pebble as we do. I'm actually gonna stir this in so I can get rid of some of the sugar.
Don't forget the honey.
I'm not gonna. Get ourselves a nice bar spoon of honey. It's a nice, you want a nice big glob of honey in there. Gonna mix it around. So that's the thing, this is the problem with this. That's why they should be using honey syrup. So I'm just gonna that's what happens to honey when you put it in cold, guys, you see? I've said it a ton on this channel, but now you see the actual. I'm just gonna put these away. Give it that skosh. Give it a nice whip shake. Feel free to whip shake it until you don't hear the ice anymore or not. Just make sure to get that chill going, get that dilution going. Center our glass. Give it a nice dump in here. Dump it all in there. And then very similar. I will say on this one, you get a lot more of the savoriness of the honey. So pretty identical to this, but you get a lot more honey in this because we've whipped it and it diluted a lot more. They're both very fantastic. So I like them both. All right, so a little quick history here. So this cocktail was created in Nairobi, Kenya, sometime in the 80s at a place called Carnivore. And Dawa, the name of the cocktail, is the Swahili word for medicine, and it's kind of a tip of the hat to the legend that an African cocktail can cure anything. What else do we have to say about it, Marius? I thought we had like a whole spiel, but I mean, that's pretty much it about this drink.
So traditionally, at Carnivore, there's a Dawa man or Dawa medicine man, and he comes with his tray. You can see in the video right now, and he comes and he makes it at the table right there. The Dawa man.
Yeah, and as you guys can see, he like puts like a good dollop of honey in this cocktail, like a big dollop of honey in it. Yeah, but it's kind of cool. It's sort of like that same kind of tray. It's like back in the 1920s, if you're at a ball game, like the people with the trays. Not in the 20s though. Actually happened when I was a kid too. They'd come around with all the popcorn and stuff. Yeah. He kind of the same thing. He had like a little strap. Yeah. So that's cool. So this is the traditional Kenyan cocktail, which is very, very, very close to the Kaiparoska. But that's what everyone's going to say, you know, minus the honey.
But I prefer the shaken version.
Oh, you prefer this version to this one, yeah. Yeah, you know, honestly, this one is going to develop over time, where this one is sort of exactly how it's supposed to taste right off the bat. I do think that they should make honey syrup, so that's going to combine the honey a lot better, but you won't get that same dollop of honey when they did it on the stick. So I don't know. I mean, I just feel like in the shaken version, when you're not doing the stick, you use honey syrup. I will say though, that the success of this cocktail is really, really, really contingent on this honey. I really do. So I think that when you're creating this at home, you really need to find yourself some savory acacia honey because just the savoriness of the honey kind of offsets the brown sugar and all those and that kind of sharpness of flavor and it gives you a really nice balance in there. So I will say that. But there you guys have it. The Dawa cocktail from
The Carnivore restaurant.
Yeah, I know. I was like, should I even say this again? All right, let's get out of here. All right, if you like this channel, please hit like and subscribe. Check us out on Patreon and YouTube memberships. And I guess I'll see you guys on another time. Oh, check out our Teespring store because we have awesome t-shirts. Later.